All right. Hey guys, Josh B. Craft here, out here on a fall day, going for a walk on the side of the road. It's funny how in northern Michigan, it's summer last week and it's fall this week, right? Just happens very quick. Anyways, I want to tell you a quick story that I think is really important to some interesting business lessons. In 2010, I was lovingly pushed into entering a talent show. And I was a talent show at the old Antipastas here in Traverse City, in Logan's Landing, and WKLT put on the event. And the event was called, they must have done a bunch of research to come up with this name. The event was called, surprisingly, Traverse City's Got Talent, right? Of course, at the time, America's Got Talent was quite popular, made sense. But anyways, this was a normal talent show. It was like jugglers and musicians and dancers. I don't remember all the people that were there, but it was quite a few different people. And I was a professional magician for about a decade. And that's what I came in competing as, was as a magician. I was pretty sure I'm the only magician that was there. And I knew something that I don't think anybody else there did. And it came from my martial arts days. When I was younger, I was heavily involved in martial arts. And my instructor, Buzz, he used to tell me when we go to competitions, the only people that matter in the room are the judges. Doesn't matter how many people are in the stands, clapping, cheering, whatever. It doesn't matter your other members of the club or whatnot. The judges are the only people that matter. And so I walked into that competition and went, you know what? The judges are the only ones that matter. Now, I'm a really good magician, and I could hold court with the room if I wanted to. I could try to win over 200-ish people and try to get the judges won over with that entire crowd. That's what everybody else was doing. And instead, I went, you know what? If the judges are what matter the most, then I'm going to play to the judges. So I walked up to the judges' table and I did magic for the only three people that mattered. Didn't matter if the crowd liked it or not. Didn't matter if they even saw it. It only mattered if the judges saw it, right? So now some people might say that's like cheating or something. It's not cheating at all, but it is a different strategy than everybody was using, right? I could have easily lost that competition. They could have said, hey, you didn't perform from the stage. Whatever, they didn't. The judges had an opinion. And because I used a different strategy and because I put all of my energy into the three people that mattered the most, I won that competition. Now, that's cool, but how does that play into business? There's a concept in business called who, not how. Who, not how says that if you have any problem, you're far better to ask a question about who can solve it rather than how to solve it. I want you to imagine for a minute, there's a really good book on this by Dr. Ben Hardy and Dan Sullivan. It's called 10X is easier than 2X. There's another one literally called Who, Not How, but the concept, he talks about this in the book, and he had a property manager that needed to expand, and I forget the exact numbers, but let's say they had 50 homes, and they were challenged with the idea of 10Xing their business in the next couple of months, which means they had to get to 500 homes, right? And when they started going, how do we solve this problem? They started asking a who question instead of a how question. And when you ask the right who and put all of your energy into the people that can move the needle for you, the people like the judges, the only ones that matter, you end up in a different situation. He immediately realizes that he knew some people that had 100 or more homes. And so he just started calling those people to try to get hundreds of people signed up in one shot instead of trying to pick them up onesie twosies, winning over the bigger crowd to find the little people in there. So whenever you're faced with a problem and you want to win and stack the odds in your favor, ask the question who instead of how, and you're probably going to find that you have a much higher quality answer and a much faster path to getting whatever you want to have done. Hope that helps. We'll talk to you guys again soon.